Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Diana Emerson today. What we're going to do, I'm just going to doodle on my pad, okay? And I'm going to see about coloring it. It may not all be in this one sitting. And then I have these cards. Let me eat my teeth too. And of course, I am listening to because I just love my crime shows. Mm. So, that's what I'm listening to. You all don't have to listen to that. You can just mute it. Okay, I just want to show you these cards. This is called Colorful Blessings.
It's not complicated. And it's so simple. She took what was yours. Yeah, that doesn't make me. No, you're right. I've been told situation. Of course not. I don't like it.
Okay, these are called Colorful Blessings. Colorful messages to bless a heart, soothe the soul, and calm the mind. Okay, this one is give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about you.
It's got to be better than what it looks. It can't be as bad as it looks. I mean, I didn't. It cannot be as bad as it looks, can it? I don't know.
Okay, so I colored that one a while ago. I don't know what I used, but that one was colored. And I think I have another one that I did color.
No. Did you put
Yeah. Oh, I like the way this came out. Okay. I will.
Tell me what did happen. Because nothing you're saying is making no sense. You can't read it like this.
I did pretty good, if I say so myself.
Look at what you said.
Huh? You right? No. I did pretty good. I think.
You understand? You are swearing on the kids because when you go,
I mean, I'm even wondering, did I do it? But I guess like this one, I guess, yeah, I did. Let's see if there's another one that's in it. No, it was only those two that I had started doing. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm listening to my crime shows.
This is your moment.
So I don't have to talk much. You can just listen, and I'll tell you a bit what this is about. When a suspect knows what he's doing. This is interrogation, and I like interrogation. Okay. It's my time off. Okay. Do what I want. It's gonna got to on Wednesdays. Let me check my calendar here and make a note to look at the calendar event for the Apple Store. Thank God there's one right near me in Avalon. That's where I went today. Okay, hit this thing. Can I press it that ball comes up? There it goes again. See? That keeps coming up.
Sorry, there is nothing to repeat.
Okay.
Why are you asking me did I take her apart? Why are you even asking me that?
Because she's not with me.
What do you mean she's not with you? You just said there's a girl in the freezer.
Yeah, well, you know what? She's in the freezer, but she doesn't want one nice big pizza.
Oh, wow, she got a ham bone for split pea soup.
The only reason that we even
That looks good.
July is because you said so.
Mm-hmm.
So I only moved in because there was a technical on the door and she didn't want your kids to go. You see what I'm saying?
What is this called? Ham
I
bone?
knocked on the door on July 17th.
Okay.
On July 17th.
I gotta find me a butcher, tell you the truth. Okay? And a place I can get my seafood. I love my seafood, and I'd rather a butcher so that I can see while they're chopping and butchering the piece of meat, what have you that I want. And I think for all my cheeses, Whole Foods. I love their selection of cheeses. Okay, and then I have to find a place for my herbs. I think I know where. It's God, it's huge. They
That's what
sell
you're
all
supposed
kinds of
to do.
food.
You're
And
supposed to
they said,
take care of your kids. I
it's
don't
like a
care.
marketplace.
You bought a freezer. He
It's
said, what
huge.
freezer?
And I'm
You
gonna
didn't say
go
what
there.
freezer.
I have to
You
call
said,
someone to
yeah,
get the name of it.
they're on the house.
Okay,
You can't be sitting up and he's gonna hide.
what am I doing?
Except the big
Oh,
girl.
where's my calendar? There we go.
You do have
Okay,
something to hide. You are the picture of someone who has something to hide. You see what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm so confused.
What are you confused about? You bought a bunch of shit for a place. You bought a bunch of shit that you never used for a place that you've never been to. For a man who's been around on you, whose girlfriend is missing, and now she's in your face. What are you confused about? There's no
look
confusion there.
at
Hey,
Apple Calendar for Avalon's.
if you're not saying, God damn it, all right, this is what
Apple.
happened, and you know what, I hung tight for him, but I'm not going to prison and being away from my kids
At
for the rest of my life.
Avalon.
If you're not saying that, then I gotta be thinking,
For
you killed her.
classes with my iPad and my iPhone.
You're gonna go to the jail.
Using my iPad and my iPhone.
You're gonna be on TV.
There's something I need to do.
Well,
You're telling me that there's this parts of the body that are fitting in a freezer. I can't even wrap my head around it. I can't. Who does stuff like that?
either you or him.
Well, it wasn't me.
Well,
It wasn't me. That freezer did not get over there by me.
I know. Doesn't matter.
I did not put it there.
Totally agree with you. Never
I
said
did
you
not.
did.
I did not put her in it.
Didn't say you took it over there. Don't know if you put her in it.
I definitely did put her in it.
Wasn't took much.
I go way more than I did. You
Yeah.
can tell by pictures.
Yeah, but not now she don't.
I can't lift over 10 pounds.
And it's about 1,000 pieces.
I'm saying I cannot lift over
Yeah.
10 pounds because my back and my shoulder.
They're trying to figure out why break her up like that. Because he couldn't pick her up easy. You see what I'm saying? Everything you say makes it sound like it's you. You couldn't pick her up. Okay, that explains a lot. Because he could. He could pick her right up and pop her in, no problem. You could. Unless you made her into small pieces. Which just happens to be what happened.
That's just gross.
I know. This is going to get crazy. And you have children who are going to go to school and they're going to say, your mommy chopped people up. How many did you get? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to put this thing down now.
No, I
Okay.
realize
And this is going to be ugly and
I know.
public.
I know.
Very public.
Mhm.
You understand that this is the kind of thing that may bring, like, CNN here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
No matter how bad it is, I need to know what happened to Shannon. And hope to
And of
God
course,
that is her.
Eddie's
I mean,
behind.
Because if that ain't her,
He
I
has
don't
to be
know.
attached to
I
me one way or
I know
another.
that I did not do
Let me
anything
see if I
to
can
her.
do
Okay.
this.
I know I didn't do anything.
tell me what you know about what happened to Shannon. Please tell me that is Shannon. Because if it's not Shannon, we're gonna have, I don't know what's gonna happen. Tell me that is Shannon. Tell me it's not somebody else, because I got some other missing girls right now.
I mean,
Let me see.
I don't even know how to answer that.
I'm asking you, please tell me that is her and it's not somebody else.
I don't know if it's her, 'cause I didn't put it there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's been dead a while. You know, I mean, we'll know exactly how much, but I'm saying March. Like the week you moved in, she moved out the hard way. I started knocking on your door, and it appears to have created a reaction. It appears that when I knocked on your door on that Monday morning, and I got no answer, and I started looking around that apartment, it caused this body to be moved in that freezer. I'm trying to think of every possible reason why, even though everything's doing this to you, it's not you. I'm trying.
What I'm saying is, if I for 1 second even thought that there was a dead body in a freezer, I mean, considering the fact that I have my kids
Yeah.
and everything else,
All that.
I mean, I would have came to you guys.
Okay.
because of the fact that that's my kids, that's, my job, my career.
I know, I'm just, this is how it looks.
I get that. I just don't. That's her in there. I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Oh, it's not her hair, did you have something to do with it?
And I do on my YouTube channel, I have Just Love My Crime Shows, because most, and it's just listening. It doesn't have videos, and sometimes it might have videos of me crocheting or doing something, painting, coloring, but most of the time I just listen to it. I don't actually physically watch it.
I mean, how would you feel if
I
somebody
guess
said,
they
"Why do you
say
think
because I need
kids
that
on the table?"
background noise.
No,
That's not what we're doing. Listen, when I talk about,
that's not what I'm
listen,
doing.
I'm talking about bolt of right me, knock me off my horse kind of
This
thing,
is
is what I'm looking for.
This is what
That's what I'm looking for. Okay?
Oh.
And you gotta understand,
I need my
you
other
may have a problem
glasses.
here anyhow, depending on what it is you gotta talk about.
I have a hard time with these
I
glasses.
need basically to know
I'm gonna run upstairs and
what
get
to do to go
my
home
other
to my
glasses.
kids, because I have nothing to do with this.
So,
I have nothing
here's
to
what I'm
do.
gonna tell you.
What do I do?
With everything I know right now, you're gonna be charged with abuse of the corpse. And you're gonna go tonight. The longer this goes on, the more it looks like you're just doing what you gotta do to save your own ass. And I'm exhausted. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's been
Be back.
8 hours and that's it. That's all I got. You may come out of this fine. I kinda get the feeling you won't, but you may. It happens. What I think might happen here is you killed this girl.
I didn't kill her.
Okay, well, listen, it's not that I don't believe you, but I don't believe you. You see what I'm saying? Because I have to keep that as a possibility. You guys are neck and neck on the finish line there, you know what I mean? What it's gonna come down to is who says what first, period. That's what it always comes down to in these kinds of situations.
No.
We're past the part, this thing, this reuniting thing, you gotta know it's done, right? Like, no matter what happens after today, this is done. You and him, you're not gonna end up in the same place. I don't think. So unless you got that lightning bolt, we gotta go. I'm exhausted.
I feel like I got into a mess that I didn't expect to get into.
Well, that's what everybody's saying. That's what Andrew's saying. Or Andrew's like, I think I have to get rid of that person. Because he thought we were arresting.
The whole situation scared me.
I understand.
The whole situation scared me.
Listen, I get all of that. If you told me right now this is what really happened, I would completely understand you, because this kind of thing doesn't happen to most people every day. Just because I go through it 12 times a year doesn't mean you do. You know what I gotta say? I like to stay in this room until you tell me the truth or you ask for an attorney. And I don't like to walk out that door until I have the truth or you ask me for an attorney. So what I'm gonna ask you to do right now is this. Stop everything else. 2 things. Tell me what happened, or ask for an attorney. Because I'm not gonna be able to rest knowing that I didn't stay in here as long as I possibly could with you. So which way is it gonna be? You're there, I can see it. I can look at you right now and tell that you are about had it with this, because I am too.
I just.
Either tell me the truth or ask for an attorney, please, so we can end this, because this has been way too long. Even I think you've been this way too long.
I'm really scared that I'm gonna go through this. What I need to do.
Okay. I will tell you that I will keep working every possible lead to do one of 2 things, because I have 2 jobs, to either catch you for what you did or free you for what you didn't do. I have 2 jobs. Now, in the meantime, one of 2 options here. Tell me you want to stop talking, you want to speak to an attorney, or tell me what it is you've been holding back. Because if there's one thing I know, being in this room with you this long, you've got something that you're not telling me. And I don't know how bad it is. At this point, it really doesn't matter. However bad it is, things are gonna instantly get better when you don't. So, one or the other.
Alexa,
Okay, 'cause it's
change the
3 o'clock.
time for
It's 3 o'clock.
But I moved in there.
Alexa. Set the time for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
You telling me that something happened in the car?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm asking you what you're telling me, because you just pitched out a totally new scenario that you haven't said before.
It's better.
I don't know if that's what happened, and
Did he get in the front wheel in the car?
Did you
and ran
spread
home
out
with
the-
boys that had to get it? Is that what you saw him standing?
I mean, have you read about him?
Is that what happened? Because that is such an abstract thing to pull out. But the good thing about it is this. Nobody put that in your head in this one. So if you're saying that, that is such an oddball thing to pull out of your mouth to say that it's believable.
I feel like it's a possibility.
Okay, well, why would that be that?
I think it's because they put
Okay, did he tell you something else on the office? Or did he jump the bus on
He didn't say they dumped it, he said that they got into an argument.
the way home from the bus?
Yeah.
Or what happened?
And he just said that they got into an argument. And I asked him, what happened, and he said nothing, just everything's fine.
I'm making ravioli. Let me go and check on that. I'll be right
Shortly
back.
after that, we moved in, and she was always behind, and I haven't seen her since. I mean, I might have to get an attorney, I don't know, because I don't have enough information to, I don't
Okay.
have exactly what you're looking for, I don't think, I don't really know.
I'm just waiting for the water to boil.
I think he did.
It's just
I think you have the ability.
he never flat out admitted everything.
I think when you start talking about riots from Akron and fights in cars and body count, I think you have the right information. I don't know why we
Much better.
got on that road and stop, but like I said, it's really late.
I don't know,
So honestly,
I can't say that he killed her, he didn't admit to me that he killed her.
okay. So do me a favor. Well, is that the lawyer?
I mean, do I need to?
Well, I'd like to end this, so you say lawyer, I can end this. Because I'm like exhausted here.
I mean, I guess,
Yeah?
I guess, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do.
Based on the evidence gathered so far, police book Arturo and Katrina on abuse of a corpse charges. During the search of Arturo, the police located a lock key. The key fit the padlock on the freezer that housed the body. The following day, investigators received word back from the coroner's office. After the body thawed, saline was injected into the fingers to rehydrate them. Within a few hours, the coroner was able to lift a fingerprint and positively confirm that the body was Shannon Graves. However, the coroner was unable to determine the cause of death because her head was missing. The detectives shared the disturbing news with Shannon's family. Shannon's half-sister Debbie described it as a nightmare. She wondered how someone could do what they did to Shannon. With Arturo and Katrina's mugshots plastered across the local news, a witness who had interacted with the two came forward.
So, the reason you're here is, you saw our people on TV.
Yep.
Okay. You saw Katrina Layton and Anthony Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
He made some kind of internet order.
Yes.
What they shipped to Walmart to save on the shipping.
Yes, sir.
And it came in batches, not all at once,
Not at once.
but by the 11th of March,
Yes, sir.
all of the items that he ordered.
Right.
And
Yes.
what were those items?
They were bottles of sulfuric acid. I don't know if it was like drained sulfuric acid. My paperwork just said,
Sulfuric acid.
yes.
All right, bottles.
Yes.
Anything else?
You either have to give me an order number or for right
Okay. But
You
verify that you didn't give somebody's stuff
to the wrong
somebody
person.
else.
Correct.
So then your real customer comes in and like, hey, where's the stuff?
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense. So on the 11th, you're working,
Yes, sir.
and both of these people that were on TV, Katrina and Anthony, come to the place
Yes, sir.
and tell you that they've been in the night before,
Yes, sir.
that they couldn't get what they ordered, and now they want it.
Yes.
Okay. So now you're looking
Yes.
and what happens?
So then I go, obviously your name is not Chicken. I cannot give you this order.
Okay.
He goes, my phone must have auto-filled it in.
Got it.
Okay. Possible it happened, I go, but I still can't give it to you because that's not your name. I go there, his email was chickenman at like Gmail or something, So I said, okay, let me go discuss this with my
my manager and see what they say about what we can do.
Okay.
So I go to AP because this is like, I've already contacted them about the crazy boxes under Chicken Man Command. So they knew. They wanted me to come in there when they came in, so I did. So I go in there, and she looks at them on camera. She's like, okay, do they see? I'm like, they seem a little funny, but said their drain's clogged. And that Chicken Man was her email. She said, okay, so can they like add an alternate pickup person? Because that's something you can do too. So if you can't make it in to pick it up, you can go back into your Walmart account and you can add somebody to pick it up for you. We'll add them into their account.
Right.
I said, I don't know, I could see, it sometimes that does take 24 hours to update.
AP wants a proper identification.
Correct.
Somebody.
Right.
Okay.
So I said, okay, that's fine. So I went out there and I said, if you guys can add one of you guys' name to the account to properly pick it up, then I can properly release it to you. Katrina's like, okay, and she added her name to it.
From her phone?
From her phone, right in front of me.
Okay.
I said, okay, well, it could take 24 to 48 hours to update. Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
But she got lucky. It went right through.
Okay.
So I said, okay. She gave her her ID. I looked at her ID. It matched. I said, all right.
She put her name in, authorizing her
To pick it up.
Mm-hmm. She did.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And then she gave you her ID to prove she was who she said she was.
Mhm.
And now you have a proper ID.
Yes, sir.
Okay. At any point, do we ever identify Chicken Man?
No. Chicken Man never gives an ID. He just stands there.
Anything else you think is pertinent about this? Or?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's like eating me.
Yeah.
To know two people can stand in front of you and possibly have done something so
Well, here's what we need. Okay.
gruesome.
At this point,
It's scary.
I believe this girl's already dead. So it's not that it used as a killer.
Right. But to know that
Yeah.
they were still standing in front of you after they did it is frightening because we were this close.
Yeah, I know.
And they looked at me like, how do you go about a normal day?
Months pass as investigators build their case against Arturo and Katrina. As Katrina's trial date approaches, she takes a plea deal. This deal required her to divulge the truth about what happened to Shannon. Detectives discuss Katrina's version of events during a third interview with Andrew Herman.
Andrew, this is our third interview. We were asked to find you, get a third interview because of some new information in the case. When I came to find you, you and your wife asked if you need a lawyer. Said that's up to you. Get a lawyer. Even though you're sitting here with your lawyer, I still have to read you your rights. We're getting a little more accusatory in our conversation here, and that's the reason. Okay. During Katrina's dealings so far, she has since decided to cooperate against Arturo, has got herself an OR bond. She's out of jail now. And on top of testifying against her, she intends to testify against you. Specifically that you aided in the dismemberment of Shannon Graves after she was dead. At no point did she say that you killed her or anything prior to her being dead. But her story was that Arturo came home one night, she's dead in the car.
The next time I'll show you. I did use the stencil for
You
this.
came over to you, took this body apart.
Okay? You know, as long as you
So
get
that's
pen
what
to paper
prosecutors asked us to
or
come
crayons
find
to paint the paper,
you, tell you
it
this.
doesn't make a difference how you get it down there. As long as you're having that
So at no
moment,
point did you help Arturo.
that's like a silence in the voice. In your
Katrina was specific about this.
It's okay.
You being able to help him.
Do
I've
it
always felt from our conversation.
whatever
here,
way you
you've
want
been a little
to.
bit more
It is
focused.
soothing.
I've always felt that.
You
I'll be
know?
honest with you.
And I just
We
love my
spent a
crunch
lot of
hills.
time together.
So I had to
And
put it on.
that much time, I mean, what I think doesn't really matter a whole lot. But I spent a lot of time with you here, and I think maybe you know a little bit more. And I would much rather use that against the people, the main characters in this. No part of me feels like you killed this woman. I don't see why you would. We don't see any motive.
I have no reason to believe that.
There is none.
You're obviously closer to this than we are. You're in a position to know more than we know. If that's the case, I would much rather hear it from you and use it against them than hear it from them and try to use it against you. The way things are right now, without that corroborating evidence, I don't know how I use it against you. So basically, we're just giving bonus points to killers. And I don't know. What I did, that doesn't say well. But that's what we're here.
There's nothing I can provide. Okay. I've told you everything. I came down to the station before you two even came to my door.
I'm aware of that.
Right.
I'm aware of that. You came down here twice with us voluntarily. You came down the third time voluntarily. Now you're with counsel. That's 3 times.
I'm cooperative as I can.
Okay. Anything else?
With Andrew denying Katrina's version of events, the detectives searched for additional evidence to corroborate Katrina's story. As detectives searched for more evidence, they listened to Arturo's jailhouse phone calls. They heard a familiar voice on the other end of the line. It was Katrina. Her communications with Arturo violated her plea agreement. When notified of the communications, prosecutors revoked her plea deal. With Katrina's plea deal up in smoke, Andrew seized the opportunity to strike a deal with prosecutors. The agreement requires his truthful account of what happened and his testimony against Arturo and Katrina. The following is Andrew's version of events on the day Shannon was killed. Andrew receives a call from Arturo telling him to meet at Katrina's house. Once inside Katrina's house, Arturo shows Shannon's body to Andrew. Arturo tells Andrew that she was killed in her apartment and brought to Katrina's house. Arturo said that Shannon was bludgeoned to death by hammer strikes to the head. At the direction of Arturo, they dismembered Shannon's body using a machete. They placed Shannon's body in a 55-gallon drum. Katrina then recommended the idea of using sulfuric acid to help dispose of the body. They purchased the sulfuric acid and they removed Shannon's head and torso from one drum, put it in another drum, and poured the sulfuric acid on Shannon's head and torso. According to a detective, the sulfuric acid they had purchased wasn't sufficient to dissolve the body, as they had purchased off-brand sulfuric acid that was not 100% pure. With the sulfuric acid not working, Katrina bought a freezer for the remaining body parts. Andrew did express remorse for his role in the crime. Andrew said he agreed to participate because he feared he would be next if he didn't. In September 2018, prosecutors indicted Arturo Novoa and Katrina Layton for the murder of Shannon Graves. With the death penalty on the table, the two quickly made a deal. Arturo pled guilty to 47 of the 48 counts, including murder. Arturo Novoa received a sentence of 43 years in prison. Katrina pled guilty to tampering with evidence, obstruction of justice, and abuse of a corpse. Katrina Layton received a sentence of 18 years. For his cooperation, Andrew Herman pled guilty to tampering with evidence, abuse of a corpse, and engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity. Andrew received a sentence of 12 years. Shannon's circle of so-called friends stole her life. Shannon's family continues to mourn her